Hello there, Gretchen Pace, the famous. So you've been on the news several times throughout your life, and most notably, would you like to tell that story for me?
The most recent was a few years ago. An elderly man here in town was saving up money to see his family, and his van caught fire. He had thousands of dollars. Me and another lady between us found about $30,000 to $40,000 in the van and gave the money back to him. And a lot of people told me I should have kept it, but I didn't, because it wasn't mine to hold. I gave it back to him, and he wanted to give me more, but I just told him to give me $20, and he did.
And then you went to the gas station?
I went to the gas station, got me a Slurpee, a pack of cigarettes, and a $2 scratcher, and won $400 on the scratcher. Within a week and a half, I won like $1,500 buying scratchers here and there around town, just random. I think the lowest price one was maybe $75 that I won.
Wow.
And everybody says that was good karma, and I believe in karma, and it was.
And 3 years ago, what did you find here?
I found a box of jewelry. I also found a memory box a lady had. She had passed away, and her trailer was in the field. They crushed it. Her daughter came up here to see if she could find anything. I found a metal box of pictures of this young girl's great-great-grandparents and everything that was in her mom's camper that she had never seen before. A family, pictures from 6-7 generations down the road before her, and there was pictures of family she never met.
That's so amazing.
And I gave it to her. I said, "That's your mom right there and you when you were little." She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Where'd you find it?" I said, "In the trash." She goes, "In the dumpster over there." I said, "Yeah." She goes, my mom was like the first camper they crushed." I said, "I dug to the bottom. I had the stuff collapse on me twice." And every time they do this, I go through stuff, find stuff that I know belong to people, and I give it back to them.
That's a beautiful thing, especially when you find something that's like a family relic that would have otherwise been crushed and treated as just another piece of plastic, because believe me, we got a lot of plastic crap around here. But something sacred like family photos, that's really beautiful that you returned it. And you found all kinds of stuff out here, like just in this junk, you found a wallet one time, right?
I found a wallet, I found jewelry.
The wallet, which had like what, $1,500?
It had $1,627.
$1,627, wow. You
And it
remembered
had
the
the
exact
ID,
digit, huh?
ID of the person and everything. I kept all the money in there. An officer the next day was going through. I said, "I found this wallet in the trash." He opened it. He goes, "You didn't take the money?" I said, "No." He goes, "Normal homeless people would take the money." So that person could be saving that for something special. They got a hold of the person, and his wallet was stolen 2 weeks before that, prior of me finding his wallet.
Wow.
And he just retired, and he was at the store, and he put his wallet down by the register, and somebody walked by and grabbed it.
Wow.
Had all his cards in it and everything.
You're a good Samaritan. You've really done a lot of good things.
Yeah, I believe in karma. That's one thing, because do unto others. And if people found my stuff and all this, I would hope they'd give it back to me.
Wow.
Many a times they crushed one of my campers 6 years ago when they did this. I was in the hospital. They didn't even get a hold of me, and they crushed my camper.
That's sad.
And they didn't know. What really made me mad was I had a mama cat in there and 3 kittens.
Oh my goodness.
The mama cat got 2 of the kittens out, not one of them. One of them did perish in them crushing it, and it made me mad.
Did you recover the body?
Yes, and I had it cremated, and I have the ashes of the kitten with
I'm so
my
sorry.
2 dogs that I had to put down 3 years ago.
That's just not right.
The city's very cruel to us. They say one thing and do another.
Right.
On the posts, it says they'll hold their stuff for 90 days, and then we can go to an address and pick it up. No, they don't. They put it all in the trash, our personal stuff. Me and my friend have done documentation, putting brand new book bag with the tag still on it, brand new clothes, prescriptions in it, and videotape them throwing it in the back of a trash truck. When it says personal property, be at a certain address, and you can pick it up within 90 days. You go there and it's not there. They just throw our stuff away like it's nothing.
It's not right.
No, it's not, because people's ID, there's memories in this stuff
100%.
that can't be replaced. And it makes me so mad that they just do that. And those workers, though, they're only one paycheck away from being out here with us. It makes me so mad when I see this.
The system is very broken. I mean, the social workers, for example, they get paid 6 figures sometimes, and they're not really doing anything to actually physically improve things. They're just getting paid to fill out a symbolic role. So politicians like the mayor, for instance, can look good. I mean, that's how it is, virtually everywhere across California is
I've
you
been-
have
I've been
symbolic
here-
positions.
I've been here since 2013. Me and a dog I put down 2 years ago hitchhiked from Tampa, Florida to here.
Mhm.
Out of all the caseworkers I've had, there is one. She has went out of her way when she's not even at work. Picked me up, taken me to the store, taken me to appointments out of her own pocket. She's paying to order my birth certificate from another state, paying $107 out of her pocket to help me. She's a caseworker. She's amazing. Out of all the caseworkers I've ever met, she is such a sweetheart. She goes out of her way, away from, I've seen her, she was just out here a half an hour ago after her hours of service, taking somebody to the store because they didn't have a way.
Mhm.
And she's such a sweetheart. And she deserves a severe promotion. They got her lowest on the totem pole when she should be one of the supervisors, I think. She's such a sweetheart.
Sadly, sometimes people who do the most who receive the least in return, but it's the people who pretend to do the most that get the most in return, because a lot of people put more effort into pretending like they're doing the most than they actually do actual physical, meaningful work, right?
When she first met me the first day, she goes, "You don't have food stamps." She goes, "I'll run you to food stamps." She called, they said, "You got to come in." She goes, "I'm running a client around." They said, "You got to clock out." She said, "Gretchen, I'm going to leave you at the food stamp office and I'll come back." She went, clocked out, came back after her shift and ran me around to do what I needed to do on her own time and helped me. And she's a sweetheart.
What's her name?
Jasmine.
Last name?
I do not know. She's a Latino girl. She is such a sweetheart. Her and Jacqueline, the two of them really, they've helped me a lot. They ordered my birth certificate every day, even though if they're not working here out on the field, they come and check on me. Do you need anything for your dogs? Do you need anything? They go out of their way to help. There's about 6 of us on their caseload, and they come out here even if they're not supposed to and check on us.
Wow.
Those 2 girls, they're heaven sent. They're angels. They're
That's
sweet.
special. That's really special, because I know most government employees are nowhere close to that level of devotion. Most government employees are just out here to pretend.
Last week, the protest that a whole bunch of us did walked from St. James to City Hall and went in to the mayor's office and chanted. Both of them went on the protest walk with us,
Mm-hmm.
and they were home first.
Oh, wow.
Counselors, and they walked with us. They didn't walk with us, but they drove beside us honking the horn and had stuff in their window, stopped to sweep and stuff like that, because I guess one of the girls, I don't remember which one, her grandma was homeless when they moved here. And she's like, "I know, my family knows how it feels to be homeless." And she goes, "It's not right how the government treats us. We're people too out here." When I go panhandle, I have a sign that says, "The government won't help me, will you?" And a lot of people agree with that. And they're just dragging people. Right now, they're doing a thing. You can sell your camper trailer for $2,000
Mm-hmm.
and get a hotel for a year with it too. But they're almost out of it. And over half of the people that's already sold their campers ain't getting the money. They're still owing people from 3 years ago when they did it. They're owing 6 people $1,000 from 3 years ago still. And it makes me mad because they're just ripping people off out here. When they crush the vehicles, they take parts like the catalytic converters and stuff like that and take them in and get the money. And it's not right. Definitely not right.
You're a person with a lot of heart, and I appreciate hearing your story, because a lot of people need to hear that there's a lot of good people out here. Obviously there are a lot of people who, are not so great, and I think that throws people off, because, a lot of people, they've had their car broken into or they've had something stolen from them, and they remember that, that the negative 10%, right? And they forget that there's also a positive 10%, and they forget that the way the government does things is very wasteful. Even from a fiscal standpoint, we're spending so much money, but we're not spending money on... That plane's very noisy. They're not spending
Sorry,
money...
my neighbors are noisy.
Yeah, exactly. They're not spending money on, you know, tidying up places like this and helping to get people sustainable jobs where they can live better lives. They're spending money.
Biden gave Santa Clara County, and he became president, something like $19.8 million to help the homeless. They started building the giant condos downtown for the rich people instead, here in San Jose. Instead of building shelters and homes for the homeless, they started building the condos for income for San Jose. And a lot of the housing, what they're doing now, when they started the Obama housing in 2013, and they're still doing it, they're getting drug dealers, sex offenders, convicted felons, the hardcore people off the streets first, when they should be doing the women with children. Here in the park right now, we got 3 families with children, and they haven't put them up for housing. One family's been out here for 6 years, and they still haven't put her and her 7-year-old daughter in housing. And she's doing dialysis now.
Yeah, it's not right how they prioritize things, because they got to prioritize the most vulnerable first. And I've noticed that, like, I've actually seen it firsthand where you have someone that has a record and are very visibly not living a moral life. Like, they are the ones who are part of the negative 10%, and they're being treated as if they are some sort of innocent and docile person that can't work a job, when oftentimes the negative 10%, people who are robbing people, they're able-bodied. They could be getting a job, but they're choosing to live a deviant lifestyle, and then the government views them as victims. We're wasting money on them. We're wasting money on social workers, when we should be like, okay, well, we got you know, we got a lot of suburbs. We got a lot of flat land that we could build to, like a couple of skyscrapers would house a lot of people.
There's so many old hotels, old warehouses, property that they can make a tent city or something. They are trying to get us out here. They said this was an emergency landing strip at one point. Why is there a dog park? They're putting up a game plaza here, a baseball plaza.
That's wrong. I mean, you don't gotta even destroy places like this, because I love places like this, like nature. I love nature. I don't think we gotta destroy places like this, because we already have a lot of space that's like, you know, rentals, like just rentals, all single-story buildings. You know, there's definitely a lot of place to build up instead of out, and I think that's most, you know, cost effective, and also in terms of preserving natural space. I mean, there's a lot of potential, there's a lot of money that's just being wasted, so it's all wrong. But thank you very much again. Like, just to speak to someone who's part of the good 10%, you know, you have that good record out there. You know, I see you out here, you know, throwing away your garbage and doing the small little things. So, you know, that's very important for people to see and acknowledge. So thank you very much for talking to me, Gretchen Pace.
Yes.
Gretchen Pace, you can look her up. She's out there on the internet, famous, locally famous maybe. So thank you very much, and I hope good karma finds you.
Thank you.